Hi, this is Dana, and today we're going to learn how to take this file and convert it to an SVG. We're going to be using both Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator for this process. We're mostly going to be working with the Magic Wand tool today. You're going to find that on the left, and if you hover over it, you're going to see that there's a tutorial that you could play, but you're also going to see that there's a shortcut W here. I prefer to use the shortcuts. I find they work really fast, and the way I learn them is I will hover over a tool, I will look for the shortcut, and then I will actually use the shortcut. I'm having an issue with my Mac, so I have to hit it a couple of times to get in there, but we're there. So let's go over the features on the top. The first feature here is going to select one part. So if I come down here and I select this paw, then if I change my mind, we're going to find that it's going to change the selection. It's not going to keep the same selection over here and add to it. If I want to do that, I'm going to have to click this one right here. And then if I select more than one, it's going to give it to me, and so on. I'll be able to select them all, but that's a lot of work. So we're going to come over to contiguous, and we're going to unselect that. Now it's going to look in the whole image for that color. And you'll see it's made the selection for everything. But what if you don't have a perfect black and white image like this? That's where you can come up here to tolerance, and you can work with that. I usually stick between 1 and 100. You can go higher than that, but I'll start with 40. If it selects too much, I'll bring it back down closer to 0. If it doesn't select enough, I'll go up higher. And what that's saying is pick this color plus a little bit on either side, and how much of that is the higher the number, the more of those colors that it will pick. But in this case, we only need the one. You can deselect everything. For Mac, it's Command D. I do believe it's Control D in Windows. And another option you could attempt to do is select subject. I do like to have cloud selected. It does a little bit better of a job in the drop down. So if we select subject, you'll see it didn't do as great of a job because it missed the little dots, and I want the little dots. So I'm going to go back and just reselect, and it will add the dots, because remember, we're on add to. Now that we have the image areas that we want selected for our SVG, we're going to right click, and then we're going to come down to make work path. You've got the same type of tolerance as you had up here in the Magic Wand. The lower you go, the more number or path spots it's going to give you. The higher you go, the less it's going to give you. So if we were to go to 1, you're going to see that I have a ton of dots. That's way too many. Whereas if we were to go up to, say, 5, you're going to see that it's going to not follow the lines as well as I would like. I found 2 to be a really good option for this image. You're going to find that it's different for each image. So we'll go back, we'll pick 2. It's not perfect, but it's within reason for me. Once this is done, we're going to go up to File, and then we're going to go to Export, Paths to Illustrator. And we want this work path. If we were working with multiple work paths, which I'll do another video on, then you would have an option of all paths. But right now we're just working with the one, so we're going to go OK. And we're going to name this paw print. As you can see, I already have one there, but we'll just write over it. So now that that's done, we'll be able to go into Adobe Illustrator, open that up, and I'm going to close this one. I was working on that earlier. And we're going to go to File, and we're going to Open. And we're going to go and open our paw print, the one that we just did right here. And you'll see a pop-up box here. You can just leave that as is. You don't need to worry about that. So we're going to open it, and now it looks like we're empty. But we're not. If you see, and I'm hovering over, your different shapes are there. If you come outside the box, click and drag, you're going to get all of them. Then you can come over here and you can highlight, just like that. And you'll notice that my little path is missing for the little paw here. And I'm going to go over why that's important. But I'm going to take this path and I'm going to copy it. Right click, copy, right click, paste, and I'm just going to drag this over. So it is okay that it didn't come across perfect, but if it didn't and you need to go back into Photoshop, you can rework your paths and re-export it once you get it right. One thing that's missing is you'll see that the little paws here are black as well, and I could change that to white, but that's not going to help the person using this image. So it is better if we take these and we select this spot here, and we then come in and we hit the Command or the Control or the Shift so that you can select both, and you can see that I have both selected. Then you want to go up to Window, and you want to make sure your Pathfinder window is open, and that's right here. And you'll see here that you can unite these shapes. We do not want to do that. What we want to do is we want to take the front, the little piece, and we want to take it off the back. So if we hit delete, now our path is showing this with this being blank. That's what we want. So again, you're going to click, you're going to hold down the shift so that we have both selected, and you're going to minus it. And you're just going to keep going until you have all the areas done that you want done. Now down here on the bigger paw, you're going to know that there's 3 spots that we need to delete. We can actually select all 3 plus the back area, and we can hit this button here and it will automatically delete. Now we're done. We just need to save it. So if you go to File and then you go to Export As, and then you can select down here SVG, and we can call this paw prints. I don't need the word converted. And just leave this as standard. You don't have to change anything. And then hit OK. And if we were to go over to your Finder screen for Mac, Windows has a different search, then you're going to see my SVG and it's ready to go for the customer. Have a great day.